All right.
Welcome to Books We Never Read.
Except for those we have.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Jason.
And today we are discussing part 3 and all of There Is No Antimemetics Division by Quantum. So if you have not read all of the book, you're definitely going to want to go finish the book and then come back and join us in the chat. If you are joining us live, chat us up in the little chat box about the book. If you're catching us on a replay, chat us up in the discussion box about the book. I loved the book. I don't know how everyone else felt about it. But
Peggy said, hello, unless we're forgetting pleasantries, which I can't tell if it's a joke related to the book or not.
Oh.
But if it is, that's funny.
Unless we forgot.
Yeah.
Welcome to the book club, everybody.
Yeah.
So anyways, there's different ways that you can interact with Books You Never Read. In case you didn't know, we are on YouTube Music as a podcast. We are on Instagram. We are on Fable so that we can chat with each other. And we had a new participant, I think, or someone who hasn't participated much in the Fable this week. And that was really cool. Did not like how the book ended. And so I wonder why. Why? I need to know. So anyways, that's where we are. I want to know how Shelby and Peggy scored it. Because Shelby and...
Give it a 3. Shelby gave it a 3.
A 3?
Out of 3. No, I'm just kidding. A 3.1. Y'all's consistency is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's like professional level book rating.
I mean,
we continually get
I give this a 5.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. I also really enjoyed it. I don't know what I would rate it. I never think about how I'd rate books, really.
I just go straight off of feelings. How do I feel about it? I feel 5 about it. Yeah. I don't love it in the same way that I love Children of Time. Different. Children of Time got me emotionally entangled.
Yeah.
This book got me mentally entangled. I was fascinated with the world.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted more. I wanted more examples of these things that have been contained, these unknowables that they've known. I want more. I want a book 2. I want mini stories about all these weird little things. Like, I just love it so much.
I don't know. I wasn't interested that much in that part, I guess. I was just like interested more in the concepts. And I had not thought about Children of Time when thinking about this book, but I feel like that's like a good analogy because they're sort of like, it's sort of this like concept piece, except that Children of Time had like a fantastic story with lovable characters. This is more of like pure concept with story to facilitate that concept. Yeah. That being said, like, I do think that the author pulled off like a decent little like husband and wife romance. You know, like I felt something about Quinn and her husband.
Yeah.
But like every other character was just like there to facilitate the exploration of, and I'm like, I don't really want like a monster of the week thing. Like I don't like that.
Yeah.
And so I don't care about the other unknowns. but I enjoyed it for the concepts alone.
I thought it was interesting that we were even able to care about Quinn and what's her name? Quinn and Mrs. Quinn.
Marie.
Okay, I was thinking, but then I was like, I don't know. It's interesting that we were able to care because they had forgotten that they cared.
Yeah.
It's the like craftsmanship of the author that I really enjoy here. We have a book that I absolutely cannot explain well to other people, and I cannot tell you why I like it so much, except here, just read it.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating. And he did such a great job with that. Like, he made us care about characters who can't even remember each other. Yeah. He made us care about monsters that are inexplicable. Sunshine.
Yeah. Yeah, like I did kind of care
This
about
was a thing that I wished didn't exist until he died, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, between him and the rock god, those are the only the god of bicycles.
Hmm.
Those are the only like unknowns I cared about, really.
I loved the big slow moving monsters
Oh yeah,
that
that's true. I did like
we
that.
saw in
Yeah.
the epilogue.
So, if I'm not mistaken, either the original cover of this book or the new cover of this book has one of those monsters on the front.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I'm real weird about book covers. Like I see them, but don't
Yeah. So
see
this one's the
them. This
monolith.
one, yeah.
But there's another edition of it that has just like
Oh.
this lone little monster standing out in the sea. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Um, okay, so everybody's talking about how this book was like pretty forgettable and they forgot it as they were like reading it. And I think that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm not just saying that because like, oh, it's the point, but like it's the point.
Yeah.
And
I had to go back. I was like, I don't know
yes.
what I've read. And then I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's like things that happen. There was so much kind of that happens that you have to like go back and refigure it out. And I'm not even sure that
Mm-hmm.
I've done all of that yet.
I will say I've read at least a third of the book twice.
Mhm.
And I would be willing to go back and read again
Mhm.
to better understand the things that I read.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. I guess maybe for me, like I almost like didn't visualize a lot of the book. Like some stuff I did, but like it wasn't detailed. It was very generic,
Oh, I was
kind of
watching a
hazy.
movie.
Yeah. It would be a cool movie if they could figure out how to pull this off.
Sunshine does not respond.
Rip. But so I think ultimately, so we're talking about the end, and I think the end is what makes me like this book the
Okay,
most.
and tell us why, because
So
that's why our friend on Fable did not like it.
right, right. Well, so that's kind of where I'm going with this. I like the concepts, like how do you fight something you can't know? How do you like what if just there's all sorts of stuff that none of us ever remember? I think that's all very interesting. Um, so we're going to upload this like meme complex or whatever. First off, like the whole machine being fake to like make you believe it's true is like sort of like mimetic in itself, right? I think that's a cool idea that you build something that does nothing to make people think it does something, and by them thinking it does something, then it does, right? Like so I don't know if you caught that part.
I did not catch
Yeah, the
that.
machine that the guy that locked himself in the basement forever,
Mm-hmm.
the machine that he builds does nothing. It like whirs and lights up,
Oh,
but it doesn't do anything.
okay.
Yeah, it just looks like it does,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the point. So I thought that was cool. But so then they upload, Mr. Quinn, and I was really worried. I was like, oh my god, they're doing the thing where love is the idea that beats the big bad, and I hate that so much because it's done over and over and over. And like I don't agree that love is like the most powerful force in the universe. I think it's powerful and I think it's great and I think it does great things, sure. Like in Harry Potter when like love is what protects him. Like I'm on board. That makes sense. But like I'm always interested by like well what is bigger and what
Mm-hmm.
is more powerful? And like could we just like get out of this trope for a second and like think about that? And I think this book does that.
Mm-hmm.
And really the thing that beats the big bad is our ability to forget.
Mm-hmm.
And we just like everybody just like forgot about it. And we see these traces of it in life and there's these like pocket dimensions sort of where we can't go. And I just think it's like really cool and beautiful, and I think I agree that the ability to forget is the most powerful. like that is way more powerful than a lot of things. And I kind of told Nicole, like, given some of the things that are going on in our lives right now, I just think like it's true, because we can
Mm-hmm.
overcome anything, we can beat anything because we just like forget that it happened and we keep on moving.
Mm-hmm.
And every once in a while you see signs of it, and every once in a while you see like traces of that past war or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, I mean, like, do y'all remember when we literally all stayed home for months?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do y'all remember that? Was it a year? Was it 3 months? I don't know. Don't remember.
It was like a year and a half, yeah.
And every once in a while, I see little dots on the ground that indicate how far away you should stand from the person in front of you.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Well, and it could always like come back around. So I saw it because of that like cruise ship thing or whatever. I saw where somebody said, like, "Oh no, like what if we have another lockdown?" And I'm just like, you know, like yeah, it could happen anytime, I suppose.
Yeah.
So. Somebody doesn't like that we're discussing the end of the book.
Oh no. Well, I'm so sorry if we like ruined that, but
the chat covered it.
Yeah. We do encourage you to finish reading before joining the talk about the covered portion.
But yeah, so all things considered, I think it's the end that makes it for me. And mostly because like I think that is a very interesting idea. And I think that I don't know how much of this book I'm going to pull into other books in the future, but this idea of the power of forgetting, I do think I will.
And I mean, that point is, you know, we were talking about like, well, what was the thought, you know, that destroyed the other thoughts?
Because it's never explicitly said.
Right. Yeah. But it makes sense that is it, because Malo, or whatever his name was, inside of the room had this whole monologue about, you know, forgetting and whatever. And he recognizes that by the time he leaves that room, because of the design of the room, he will have forgotten that he ever even said all of these things. And that really just like, I don't know, that was the evidence text, you know, to like text evidence to support that. I thought that was really good. The ending actually reminded me of the ending of The Magicians, a series that I both loved and hated. I loved it more as it went on. I really hated the characters in the first book. But the ending, there was an essence to it that was very, very similar, I'll say, just in case anyone hasn't gone through The Magicians, which I do recommend. Anyway.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved all the descriptions of it. The only part that I really hated was the part that they slammed down really hard on, like, not being compared to the X-Files. I only vaguely was comparing it to the X-Files until they fought so hard against it. And then I was like, I mean, but you are.
Yeah.
That is what this is. And thou dost protest too much.
So Shelby says, forgetfulness has been cast as a strength in the book, which I don't think is as common today. Yeah. I do think like there's sort of like this idea that, I mean, especially with like, I just think about like all the data we collect and our ability to like relive things over and like we have so many.
For better or worse.
Yes, for better or for worse. But the ability to forget is like an incredible survival tool, you know, like you learn like the lessons sort of, or don't, you know, because like maybe you did something right and it just didn't work out. And if you could always remember that, you may never try it again, you know? And so our ability to just like push through things.
Trauma.
Yes, it is a trauma.
Think of the trauma of childbirth. If women who want children remembered how horrible it was when they had their first one, they would not have their second one.
Right.
It is terrible.
Yeah.
But, and most parents or moms will even tell you, like, I remember it was bad, but I don't really remember why.
Right.
And so we did it again.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible.
Yes.
And, you know, after time, they're like, okay, I mean, it's just got to happen. It's not that bad. It's terrible. It's one of the deadliest, most dangerous procedures that happens. And they're like, let's do it again. You know, I mean, that is the power of forgetting, that it literally helps humankind keep reproducing. Sure. And in this book, might have saved humankind.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So there's this poem by Chinua Achebe about Oh, it's where the title. No, it's not by Chinua Achebe. It's the poem that Chinua Achebe used, I think, to come up with the title of the novel "Things Fall Apart."
Mhm.
And it's about the end of the world. Things fall apart. The sinner cannot hold.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't remember who wrote the original poem.
I couldn't help you out.
But there's a phrase in that poem about the image of Spiritus Mundi, and it's like the Sphinx character walking through the world, bringing the destruction of the world. And this idea of Spiritus Mundi that we all have, and I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's my small town education showing. This idea that like we have these thoughts, ideas, imaginings that we all can come up with separately without sharing.
Mhm.
And then like one day you're just like talking, you're like, I had the weirdest idea. And then you tell someone and they're like, I too have had that idea.
Mhm.
There are these things that we generate in our brains because of XYZ. I don't know.
Mhm.
Because of evolution, because of chemicals, because of subtle
Mhm.
taking in of so much information, but not processing it and then processing it later and then thinking that we came up with it.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Mhm.
I think that that's really fascinating.
Mhm.
So my friend the other day was telling someone, I had the craziest dream. All my teeth fell out. And someone else was like, I also had that dream. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a
Sure.
stress response.
Yeah.
She did not know that was a thing and had the dream.
Mhm.
I think most people, well, I don't know. I was going to say, I think most people know that it's a thing and then have the dream when they're stressed.
Mhm.
But this happened, she had no idea
Mhm.
that teeth dreams were a thing.
Mhm.
And it is.
Yeah.
But where does that come from and why do we all have it?
I'm really resistant to the idea of like genetic memory. I don't like every once in a while in like sci-fi stories and things you'll have that, right? Like you can
Well, and it's like, how do babies know to suckle and like,
yeah, sure.
you know.
Well, I'm on board with all that. And so there's I don't know. I think that there are certain things just like baked in,
Yeah.
you know, and like hey, protect your teeth is one.
Because it's so close to your brain
Well,
and like
because if you don't have them,
infection
you will
and-
die, right?
Yeah.
In our
I mean,
past,
there's
you know?
so many, there's
Yeah.
so many reasons.
But I don't think that the teeth dream exists because we know it exists. I think it's in there and then we all like figured it out. you know,
Yeah.
so,
How interesting.
yeah.
And then, you look at like ancient mythologies and you see how different cultures come up with the same stories.
Mhm. Sure.
And maybe the cultures were next door, and maybe
Uh-huh.
someone traveled, and maybe they had similar weather patterns.
Sure.
Whatever the situation is,
Mhm.
there is something, with it. The fact that most cultures have created a deity, the fact that, like
Mhm.
there's just so many things that
Mhm.
like
Sure.
are memes.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I don't know where I'm going with this anymore, but
Yeah.
this book really made me think about that and explore that. And I enjoy
Mhm.
this topic. And then this book just totally played with the things that we can understand and can't understand and
Yeah.
can see and cannot see. And like that Quinn's like a middle ground writer,
Mhm.
that he doesn't need to be medicated, but he can see and he can forget and the
Mhm.
medicine can help, but he also doesn't
Yeah.
need, I don't know. That was just so interesting to me.
Well, so like I mean, just talking about like memes and things spreading. So like I think a good example of this would be like rights, because like there's this idea of like inalienable rights, which is not a thing, and there's this idea of like natural rights, and like that's not a thing.
I mean, these are all man-made. Yeah.
Yes, but like no, but people think they're out there, right? Like in some like platonic form way, right? Like everybody has like the right to freedom. Like it just is, and you'll hear people talk about that still, and like I don't buy that. It is something that exists as a meme, and so you know people have probably always had rights, but only some people. You know what I mean? And then, but like then these ideas they pass and they come into contact with other ideas, and they're the whole like dialectic, and they combine and split, and things happen, and then we get to where we're at today, where we're like, oh, this is the way people should do things. But there's this like long incubation and this long evolution of these ideas, and they're not done. Like our concepts are not done. I talk a lot sometimes on the show, mostly in my personal life, about like what does economics look like in like 50 years, because like I think there's a post-capitalist world, and I don't know what that means because I don't think we know yet. But like there's something else coming. This idea that like we've figured it out and this is the way the economy is, like that's not true. These ideas will keep combining and keep mutating until they become something else. And one of the most interesting things about like the current world is that like those ideas are becoming physical, right? Like our ideas about AI and our ideas about like artificial intelligence, like these are things that are finally coming out of the human mind and into physical space. And we'll be able to like these things that have like I think they will look at us as like the incubators, you know, like we are the egg that they came from or something like that, you know. I don't know. That's all I got. Peggy says, why did Quinn see the audience as blob shapes with antennae if he can see past memes? Did the people change? Did they change back? Was the blob a metaphor for people as they scroll social media?
I saw that comment on Fable also. And that is interesting that like for two things. Number one, that Quinn can like ride that middle ground. He did have the slugs in his eyes. He had been attempted to be infected and it didn't work. So he was able during that concert to see that everyone else had changed and to also see that he hadn't. He was aware that they also could see that he hadn't changed. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like it's like when the thing hit him, it was almost like a vaccine. It made him a little sick, but he didn't get infected. So that was kind of interesting. The second part of that I thought was interesting was like what if this is metaphor for like social media and stuff like that and what that does to us. And we are inundated with ideas now. Stupid ideas, good ideas, total trash, things that people create, things that machines have created. And so I do think there could be something there as well that like we are infected. We are infected by this just mass-produced idea machine, which is Instagram and TikTok and everything else. And and I think some of us are more exposed than others, and some of us are more susceptible to the messaging and the ideas that we do get from it. So I think that there is something there to work with in this book as a metaphor for these kinds of things. Like we do need to be careful about which ideas take hold and how do you control for that. You can't, it's all just out there. And anyone has a platform. Here we are. I mean, and all these, I don't know. I really like this. Like this is also bringing up like an Ayn Rand speech where she talked about like garbage in, garbage out, you know, like we're taking in a lot of garbage and we are spewing it all right back out too. And the power, so like the power of ideas, true or not, equally powerful, right? So there's, I don't know, my brain's going everywhere today. Anyway, you'll just have to hang on or turn it off. It's up to you. There's an episode of MASH called Tuttle. I think that's what it's called. And Hawkeye and his friends needed to accomplish an end goal. And in order to do that, they needed to create a soldier that no one ever knew and never saw named Tuttle, Captain Tuttle. And Captain Tuttle ends up having to die by the end of the episode because it comes around that he's about to be awarded for his heroism and great acts of kindness towards others and whatnot. So they had to kill him off. And they cried. Even the ones who knew he wasn't real were crying at the end of the episode. Because of this idea of a person who was so impactful.
Sure.
Whether or not an idea is real or a thing is real, it can have an effect on us.
Sure.
And so anyways, all of that coming out of this book.
What was the last book we read? I feel like it was also sci-fi.
Addie LaRue.
Addie LaRue. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of getting three very different forms of fantasy sci-fi.
Well,
I don't know.
something you said made me talking about social media and all that. I've been thinking also a lot lately about. I read somewhere it was just talking about like how much data we generate,
Mm.
and I think that's interesting because like, do we generate data? Or so like, does a caveman generate data?
Yes.
Is there data if there's no one to collect it? You're like, you know what I mean?
Does the tree make a noise if no one's there
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah.
process the sound?
Like I don't know. I think, and that may not mean
But the
anything, you
data
know.
was just in a different form.
No, but then it
There's
was
different
uncollected.
storage.
I don't know, but sure, like I'm on board. Like it's in other
Was it
people's mind.
uncollected?
Sure,
You
but
know,
yeah.
those cavemen lost their teeth and died. And now we have nightmares about losing our teeth.
All right, that's interesting.
And then
I'll have to think on that.
there's
That's very
fossils and
interesting.
there's
Yeah,
cave drawings and there's
yeah.
the collection and the storage capacity was much different.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's still data.
Fair enough. Okay, interesting. Interesting. But data is something that exists.
Now and like
But it's something that exists like within the mind and can be transcribed, right? Like I don't know. That, like I feel like if we're gonna say like there's a different question like does data exist or do we just like talk about it as if it exists? And
I mean data is like memory is like
but then what? Well, and what is that? I don't know. Anyway,
right.
that's just one thing, right? The real thing I want to talk about is I also like at the end this whole concept that Marie has to like go off, right? Like she has become this god.
Yeah.
She is the idea now, and her presence is so warping to like human mimetic space that if she does not go far away, anyway, and so but that plays into this whole idea that she has become forgetting, and that like if she stays there as this like bright star, she will literally like wipe like it's not that she will wipe like all of human existence. It's she like we would just she is too strong of forgetting, essentially, right? And we need that. We need forgetting. It can be over there. We can see it. We can know it. It's out there. But like we need to like hang on to the rest. Anyway, so I just thought that was kind of a clever addition that like works within like the sort of like physics of this place.
And how cool that Sunshine was her little shadow entity. And he was visible as a little light at the corner of the eye. He was a bright light that could be followed and kind of chased out. That's how Quinn kind of went after him. That's how Quinn got rescued from the concert situation. It's interesting that Sunshine protected the Quinns in order to gain this next level thing, and that is what Marie embodied eventually was a much stronger form of what Sunshine was.
Dang,
I think that's really cool.
Go Star.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
good.
you. I did not realize Sunshine meant so much to me until we started talking about it.
Wow.
Little old Sunshine. I had to reread that part. I was like, wait, what do you mean he's dead? What do you mean he's not responding?
Yeah. That's hot. I like that. That's pro level analysis. Dang, I have nothing to say after that. That's like that was good. That was mind blowing.
I really loved this book, and I really don't know why I loved it so much, but it just he didn't try to over explain the mechanics of things. He just showed us the world, and that's what we had to work with.
I think too that this is a book that like if somebody said, "Could you recommend to me a sci-fi?" I'm never picking this one, right? Like there's other ones I'm gonna pick.
Yeah, Hail Mary, Children of Time,
Sure.
Those are it.
All the three bodies. I would, depending on the person. Anyway, but the point is like, and I hear that people say they didn't understand the book and that it wasn't that great, and you are up there, and I'm like, I'm close. I'm not like I don't think I'm to your level of enthusiasm, but I think maybe this is like a book for a moment. Like I think you might have to be in like the right mimetic space to to appreciate this. And I think that you more than anybody probably are in like a good spot for this book. And like I'm right there with you, but like if you're just like if you're not I don't know. I think it needs to hit on like if somebody was like going through some real like some stuff and wanted a sci-fi. And I was like, you should check this
Yeah.
out, right? Because like I think there's something there.
Yeah. And I will say, I never would have picked this book. I never would read this if it weren't for the book club.
Yeah.
This is not, I've never read anything like this before, and that might be why I like it so much. There might be tons of books that are like this, and this might be the worst one of that style. I don't know. I've never read those. This was like new and fascinating and challenging in an enjoyable way because I got to see cute little creatures along the way too.
Yeah, you do. You are a creature collector.
Yeah.
You do like that. Peggy says, how many times have we forgotten something? We're going to say something, forgotten it, and then you like look into the corner of your eye to find it, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's
really
very
good. I like that.
clever.
Shelby says she agrees that being in the right headspace can make or break a book.
Yes.
And I think what's funny is like we just happen to hit on the right headspace for this, and which is like a very niche headspace. I'm on board. Right? Like, I get it. But what's funny is for like a lot of the other books we've read lately, I've just been like, it's fine because I wasn't in the right headspace for like some more generic, or maybe more like not generic. That sounds bad. But more like some easier to tap into headspaces. Like some more common headspaces, I suppose. And this one is like, I think there's a funky one going on there, and
like I'm gonna miss it.
Interesting.
I want more.
Yeah. Well, we should take a look at what the author does otherwise and see, just because it's interesting.
Yeah, and so speaking of like headspace for books, so I picked our next book because I really couldn't handle the pressure of picking a new book right now. Yeah. I don't want to read anything that's on my list. I kind of don't want to read anything right now, which feels, that's just, sometimes we just feel that way.
That's okay.
So I thought we've been wanting to read more in the series. We're never going to do it if we don't just pick it,
Sure.
So I just picked that. So I'm hoping that like I get into it and get excited. I started reading the Butcher of Anderson Station, which was either the book that comes before 1 or the book that comes before 2. I don't remember. It's very short. It's like a short story or whatever. So hopefully I'll be able to like give y'all a little bit of that too. But honestly, I had to stop reading because I was just like zoning out. So
okay, so Shelby's saying that she read 1.5.
And is that Butcher of Anderson Station or is that the other one?
It sounds like everybody's read it except for me, so I'll have to make some time.
Well, good.
Peggy's okay, so Shelby says it's a great warm up.
Okay.
And Peggy agrees.
Okay. Awesome.
Peggy may be agreeing with something else, but
the Butcher of Anderson Station is Fred, who our team had to end up joining forces with at the end of middle to end of book 1. So so if we have anyone who's like finishing up this book, new to the club, whatever, you're ready to join for the next book, make sure you've read at least book 1. And of course, all the little filler books are optional and we'll fill you in. But
yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be good.
I didn't mean to transition out of Antimemetics, but like
we hit it hard. We hit it real hard.
It was transitions were transitioning.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I kind of feel like I need to revisit book 1. Like I remember some things. I remember Julia. I remember the emotional like, obsession that the main character had with her. I remember that the government's kind of jacked up and things were exploded that shouldn't be exploded and these guys are kind of taking the fall for it.
Yeah, it's a whole like Mars versus Earth.
Yeah, and I don't remember all the like key details there. So
yeah, we might could put out we could refresh ourselves and maybe put out like a little episode just to do it.
Okay.
We've also been discussing, and we've been discussing this for years, but now we have like a title for it. But we've been talking about doing like a little side show, not like on the channel, nothing new, but we're calling it Side Quests, where we will discuss times we have cheated on the book club, or
Yeah.
or just shows that we've watched, because we've watched some interesting TV lately, and we just think that'd be kind of fun.
And we have not forgotten that we still need to watch Project Hail Mary, but we're waiting for it to become available to us.
Yeah. There is a show, Shelby. It's on Amazon. It's like 8 seasons, and my understanding is that it's all really just the first book, and so it takes a lot of liberties.
I don't think that is true, because episode 5 is Butcher of Anderson's Station.
Oh.
But a lot of liberties, yes, true.
I think it's just called that, because I think that's the episode where they meet him.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing I read said that.
Oh, okay, maybe
this
so.
book 1.5 is
Maybe
episode
so.
5.
Yeah, maybe so. Anyway.
But I don't know.
Yeah. It's.
But I don't remember us getting past Julia and
Yeah.
that situation in the show. But
we
I
definitely didn't make it to like the crazy stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know.
Peggy has given us a great little summary.
Yes.
So.
I also confuse The Expanse with Carbon.
Alter Carbon.
Yes, I was about to call it Carbon Black, but Carbon Black is like a
same
like a
guy, I think, for the first.
Okay, so
no, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, okay, I was like, well, that's
not true. They just look alike. Yeah.
But it's just similar.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Mm.
There
It's either similar or we watch them at the same time.
I don't know if anybody is gamers, but there is there was an Expanse video game either coming out or just came out like this week. Something about Osiris. And I'm interested, but it sounds like it may not be that great. But I'm interested.
Shucks.
So I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, read Peggy's little summary.
Peggy says, cop gets obsessed. Space crew steals ship. All look for Julie. Ends in space goo on Venus with Earth and Mars fighting. Fair enough.
That's very good. I mean, that's it. Good job, Peggy.
Got it.
See, y'all have the capacity to remember the things that we've read, and I don't. I can remember, yes, I liked it, or no, I didn't. And that's about it.
Yeah.
I can't ever tell you what it's about.
We do need to do another like ratings show at some point.
Golly.
Or like a ranking thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah, but geez.
All right. Well, you want to wrap this up?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. We can go.
Because now we're just talking, and that's cool.
We're just hanging out.
We appreciate everybody playing along. We had a good time, even when not everybody enjoys the book. We always enjoy the conversation.
Yeah,
and that's
and
the
thanks
point.
for hanging in there for it.
Yeah. So go ahead and grab your copy of Caliban's War by Ursula K. Gwynn or something like that. Ursula? Isn't it
No,
Ursula? Isn't it
it's
Ursula?
James S.A. Corey.
Who's Ursula?
I don't know.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Hang on. That's somebody, we read that.
And like in the announcement video, I called the author like 20 ways the wrong name. So this is just adding to it.
It's an author.
Or authors. Because this is actually
She wrote
two.
Earthsea. Why is that in my brain?
Who is that? I don't even know.
That is crazy. What's the author's name?
James S.A. Corey is the author's names. Like they've created this pen name together.
That's crazy. I've never even read that book. She's like a very popular like fantasies author, and so like I guess my brain just like went to like a name that I know and I've seen in the library.
That's on the list that's been by that person.
Cool. All right. Good deal.
All right, guys. Well, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there in all different shapes and forms. Dog moms, kid moms, teacher moms.
See you next time.
Gracious.
Bye.
Happy reading. Oh no. What was that? Like changing the focus.